Do you think that man is the king of nature and there are no limits to his mind? In that case, you are very much mistaken. The speed of light in a vacuum is one of the many barriers that no human being has managed to overcome yet. The speed limit reached by 3 inhabitants of planet Earth is about 40,000 kilometers per hour. These were the astronauts of the Apollo 10 mission. Of course, a century ago, these figures would have made a sensation. But modern mankind has a different, more ambitious goal. What is it, you ask? 1,000,000 kilometers per hour. These are the numbers hidden beneath the sacramental phrase, the speed of light. So far, this is possible only on the pages of science fiction books and in NASA computer programs. But what underwater blocks await enthusiasts from science on this thorny path? Problem number 1 to speed. The current ridiculous speeds that humanity is capable of would bring, for example, the Voyager probe, which recently traveled beyond the solar system to relatively close to Aldebaran in only 2 million years. Even to the closest star to us, Proxima Centauri, the distance to which is about 4.5 light years, at speeds hypothetically possible with the current development of technology, the Earthlings would move for several thousand generations. For comparison, the Ion engine, under certain conditions, develops speed up to 56,000 kilometers per hour. So to PR Centauri ship with such an engine would fly 81,000 Earth years. During this time on Earth will change 2,700 generations, which makes the trip almost meaningless. In the case of gravitational maneuvering, the maximum speed could reach 240,000 kilometers per hour, which is a measly few percent of the speed of light. At that speed, it would take Voyager about 19,000 years to reach Proxima Centauri. Not inspiring, is it? But even assuming that a ship traveling at the speed of light has already been built, the projections are pretty dismal. Just to fly around our Milky Way, which is 100,000 light-years in diameter, it would take the ship tens of millennia. How much to fly to neighboring Andromeda, which is located from us at a distance of 2.5 million light-years. In addition, we should take into account that we see it as it was many millions of years ago. Perhaps this galaxy is now essentially defunct, and all that is left of the nebula is the light that has come to Earth. Problem number 2. The ship. To build a spaceship that could at least partially approach the speed of light is still completely unrealistic. There is neither the fuel nor the materials to do so. The monstrous overloads that the shuttle would have to face in deep space require super strong materials, unrealistic dimensions, and revolutionary new fuels. For example, using thermonuclear reactions, the ship would have to be the size of a small planet, weigh as much as the moon, and be completely filled with a dangerous cargo of fuel. It is impossible to assemble such a monster, neither in orbit nor on the surface of the Earth. And if you try to bring a small shuttle to the speed of light, then the energy must be used as much as all Earth sources produce in a month. Scientists are considering the use of antimatter. The engine on such fuel is able to accelerate the ship to a speed of 70% of light speed. But in this case, there are even more problems. First, the process of annihilation, the interaction of matter with antimatter, releases an unrealistic amount of radiation, so nothing living will not survive on board this ship. Secondly, there is a problem of storage of such fuel. The slightest contact with the ship and there will be a terrible explosion. Third, the creation of antimatter is too costly, and the result is extremely short-lived. A milligram of positrons costs $25 million and exists for about 20 minutes. More, desperate scientists visit strange thoughts of creating an artificial world of people inside an asteroid, which for many tens of generations will fly in the cosmic silence to the nearest star, rotating around its axis. But there is a danger that in a few thousand years, people will simply forget why and where they are going, and will not even remember who they were originally. And the story of the journey to the star will become just another legend. Problem number 3, violent space. The vacuum isn't empty at all. As the likes under this video, the particles inhabiting it will turn into a deadly threat to an intergalactic Voyager at light speeds. Even at 20% of the speed of light, hydrogen atoms and space dust will seriously bombard the hull of the ship, and light speed would simply kill the ship and crew. The power of the blows will be comparable to a beam of protons accelerated by a hadron collider. No material could withstand such an attack, even in theory. Hypothetically, it is possible to construct a protective shield protecting from shelling and lethal doses of radiation, but the shield should be hundreds of meters thick and weigh several hundred tons. In general, there are a huge number of problems in this matter, so flights to silent stars at light speed are not possible even in the very distant future, though predictions are a thankless endeavor. In the meantime, fly to distant worlds together with the channel HABL. To do this, you only need to subscribe to our channel and public, all links on the screen and in the description. Come on to adventure.